Comix Watch. Comix Watch. Comix Watch.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's issue of Comix Watch, where only Super Wonder is the only proper Superman ship. Jared, you can remove the gun from my head now. And yeah, everything is awesome here. Jared, let me introduce my very illustrious co-host, the man with the super wonderful podcast. Jared, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing wonderfully.
So what you been reading, fella?
I've been enjoying this nice book on the movie history of DC. I've been really going through this. It's a really fascinating analysis of it's not necessarily on the criticism of each film, but it's more like the production of each film. So it's kind of nice. And I yes, this thing talks about Joss Whedon coming in and doing Justice League, but it devotes an entire panel to talking about the Snyder Cut, what was different, the entire suicide prevention thing. So you know what? I will take that. Because most of it is the same, it's the same plot and stuff, and it mentions all the differences. So I'm fine with that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And I've actually been reading. So this is a larger blow up of the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul and Talia and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. Lupa, how you doing?
Hey, Lupa, long time no see, buddy. I kind of missed the boat on that one, but the mother effer cinematic universe. No, it's the BAMFCU, the bad mother effer cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly.
So the main topic is we're going to be doing the Sam Jackson cinematic universe, where we connect all or most of his films together. But before that, I think we have some headlines, sir.
Yes, we do.
All right, let me get.
Do you want to go Spider or something else first?
Well, before that, we got to do this.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
All right, so this is Headline Hysteria. We're talking about all the topics that are important, just not important enough for full thing. I'm sorry, Jared. I love that clip. I love doing that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what do we got on the docket, sir?
Well, first off, I think we should acknowledge a very important birthday today. Today is the birthday of Wonder Woman as a character.
Oh, how old is she, sir?
She is, let's see. Wonder Woman is, I'm pulling this up. Give me one moment. So, no, it's giving me Gal Gadot's age. And I'm like, geez, there's no way she's 39.
Jared, check out the headline.
Yeah, exactly. She was created in 1941. Again, still not as old.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. And the thing about Wonder Woman is that, yeah, the stupid part about Wonder Woman is that she's this long-standing character, and yet DC can't give her the proper respect she deserves.
She's the Training Wheels book.
Yes, exactly. But on the bright side, I will say it is kind of interesting when this time of day comes across, because I host a podcast where half of it is talking about her. So it's kind of cool being able to say thank you for all the friendships I've gotten because of that book.
I hear that podcast is developing quite the legacy.
Yes, it is. It is very much so. But yeah, so it's so Nick, I want to ask you, what does Wonder Woman mean to you?
To me, she she represents what a female superhero should be, in my opinion. She's strong in her own right, but she's still a woman.
That's not bad. I like that. That works.
You know, because too many times, especially nowadays, you have female characters where they're strong, but they try to make them like a man, and I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a strong woman, and that is what Wonder Woman is, a strong woman.
Yeah, and the thing about Wonder Woman, particularly her relationship with Superman, is that represents true gender equality. Neither of them is more powerful than the other.
Oh.
They both are the epitome of masculinity and femininity. I really hate Restream.
Yes, Jared, you have made your comments known. We're good.
But the thing about it is, she's also the character. It is very ironic that DC promotes her as like the third member of the Trinity. DC promotes her, but they don't treat her as such.
It's gotten better in recent years, I'd say, but still, she doesn't get as much.
Really, because they because they put Tom King on the book.
Okay, yeah, that's just disrespectful.
When he said, "Oh yeah, so Wonder Woman," I always thought of Wonder Woman as similar to Wolverine.
Okay, that's gonna need some context.
He was on the Comic Pops podcast. One of them this is in the beginning, before the run even started, and I remember hearing this. And at first, because I was kind of hopeful, because Tom King has written some good books, and so I was like, okay, you know what, this guy will be really good or really bad. Too bad it turned out to be the latter. So I'm watching this podcast, and then he basically said Wonder Woman's like Wolverine when he started off.
Yeah, I will say the Wonder Woman immortal aspect, which I think the gear is a more recent addition to her character.
That was only in the movies.
But I will say her being like 5,000 years old or something.
Again, movies.
I think they should bring that to her character because. Oh, okay. Why is that so?
I hate that because when you do that and you relegate her supporting cast to that period, then she spends like thousands of years alone. That's the reason why I wasn't a big fan of the choice to put Wonder Woman in World War I, because when you do that, you limit the amount of, first off, you limit the amount of interactions that she can have with other DC superheroes as well for 5,000 years.
Well, to be fair, she only really entered man's world in World War I, and then she stayed in man's world.
No, but still, the point is, for an extended period of time, there are no other superheroes. Plus, then here's the problem: putting her in World War I, you then have to explain why World War II ended up the exact same. That's why that doesn't work.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84. They have like one picture showing her in World War II. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like one photo. Like when they're scrolling through her photos, there's like one photo of her liberating a concentration camp or something.
Yeah, but it's like this is after Wonder Woman saying, "Now I don't hide anymore," and I'm like, okay, so you just hid. It's like you could have. Okay, I'm gonna reference Squadron Supreme. When they did a book where they turned the Marvel universe into DC universe, Power Princess was fighting in World War II, and she chopped off Adolf's head. That's that's the problem with having like godlike characters in World War II, because they could eat. They ran into this with Superman because they wrote a book called How Superman Would Have Ended World War II, and he just flies into Germany, grabs Adolf, gets Stalin, and gets Hirohito, and brings them before the World Court. War's over.
Yeah, because they dealt with that a lot during World War II. I think Superman mostly kept to the home front, like he guarded the home front during World War II. Like
occasionally they brought guns to like soldiers overseas.
Yeah, because even they realize Superman can end the war very, very quickly.
Yeah, but that's the problem, Nick. When you make Wonder Woman immortal, you then have to explain where she was during all these really significant events that, according to her character, she would be involved in.
And if she wasn't, and certain things that she wasn't involved with, it's testament to character assassination. Because,
like, she could have stopped the concentration camps easily.
to be fair, they weren't known until, like, widely known until the end of the war. Near the end of the war. Like, they were actually close to guard secret. That's something we don't talk about a lot, is that they were not that well known about.
Well, she knew enough because there's a photo of her, and we don't know when that photo takes place in.
True.
The point is, she was supposed to bring about peace. That's her mission in man's world, and World War II happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also the topic of the Cold War. Like,
that's why it's better off Steve Trevor's a modern fighter pilot or Navy SEAL or wherever the hell DC wants to put him. Crash lands on the island, brings her to man's world. We're done. That's it. Just keep it to modern day.
Like, I gotta say, I just want a quick aside. Stan Lee invented the ultimate plot device for Captain America. Like, him being frozen.
Yep.
It could be 2076, and he was just in the ice the whole time.
Yeah, and the thing is, what Britt and I normally play with when we write Wonder Woman is we make it where she doesn't know if she's immortal. So that way it's like, okay, however long I have to live, fine. I'm going to make the most of the time I have.
Okay.
The same thing when we write Superman.
What if her immortality is tied to the island? And the longer she's
they
away
played with that. That was a post-crisis thing where I think as soon as the Amazons left the island, they lose their immortality. And
if they get back out of the island, they regain it or something?
Nope.
Oh.
You lose it forever.
Okay. Okay, that is a thing.
Yeah, but okay. So my point for bringing this up is that I love Wonder Woman. She's like my second favorite DC character, first being Superman. And I feel like she needs more respect for the position that DC puts her on. Because here's the other problem that Britt and I run into. A lot of Wonder Woman fans are only interested in who she's sleeping with, not who she's fighting.
Yeah, the other problem with Wonder Woman, especially as a comic character, is she doesn't really have any standout stories. Like, there's like the George Perez run, and then
or the ones that do stand out for the wrong reasons, like Amazon's Attack.
Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost is actually really good. But the point is, and you know what? That's a chicken the egg scenario because DC doesn't emphasize her enough or give her enough marketing for those stories to be big.
Yeah, I'd say characters like Donna Troy and Cassie Sandsmark have more development to them than actually Wonder Woman.
Because they were in other books that were well known, like Teen Titans and Titans.
Yeah. Donna Troy being part of like one of the most successful DC teams of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
well, it's like the other thing is like you can consider Kingdom Come a Wonder Woman story in addition to a Superman story because of the character arc she goes throughout the story.
We
may have to cover that one day.
Yeah. We should. I do have it in my library. So.
But the point is, great character. I love her, and I'm very thankful for everything that my love for that character has brought me.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things done wrong to Wonder Woman. But speaking of things going wrong, we have a dissenter. Jaren's like, nah.
I wouldn't consider that. Nope. In terms of what, though? What are you talking about?
Elaborate, please. I'm all for discussion. If you have a dissenting opinion, I'm happy to hear it. But while we're waiting for Jaren to do this, God.
So I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, you sent me a post about this. There's another one. I feel that way, but for Jesus. What?
Okay. Until Jaren elaborates, let's just move forward.
Yeah, so Nick, one of my my members sent me more context behind. So Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man editorial held a New York Comic Con panel, and it went wrong for them. So let me start with this. I'll get to yours, but this is a different thing. I just realized this. So let me share a screen, and then we'll get to this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm sharing. Okay, so what we have here. So this person on Reddit posts, I'm not there, but my sister was. According to her, it was super quiet and awkward when Lo was introduced for the Q&A. And quite a few people walked out. That dude did keep asking Lo about Kamala, and Lo was snappy and kept trying to avoid it before they finally took the mic from the guy. Several people asked similar questions, and some were asked why they wouldn't just get Peter and MJ back together like everyone wanted. Lo basically refused to answer any of them, and the whole thing was super awkward. Man clearly acts in real life exactly like he does when he's hiding behind a screen or his letter pages. Speaking of the letter pages, she was going to ask him if he realized how obvious it was that he was the one writing some of those letters, but they cut the Q&A before she could. Think they cut it short because Lo was getting so visibly frustrated. Also said when they showed the trailer and Peter and Felicia were kissing, several people were groaning out loud.
Also, I just want to say, hey,
Keely.
How you doing? We are talking about a very disastrous
embarrassing, but I'm not really sure how they saw this going any other way. Although I think that's going to be a flashback, because there were also panels of Eddie turning into Venom for the first time. They were probably showing that just to get people talking. So that's the first thing. Now we'll get to what the old man showed me. All right. So this is the awkward end to the New York Comic Con panel. Man, the Spider-Man edit. Because here's the other thing. Lo was actually pantsed. What I mean by that is, he was like, if you want Peter and MJ to be back together, go read Ultimate Spider-Man. And the fan base was like, okay.
So he had a Kelly Sue DeConnick moment.
Yep, he literally did, dude. If literally did.
Don't like my politics, don't buy my book.
So according to the this is what some dude named the Phoenix Press sent me.
I hear he makes some screeching good comics.
Yes, he does. Anyone else catch the awkward moment when the first fan asked the question? I don't remember all the specifics because it happened so fast. Nick opened the floor to questions, and the first person up immediately started asking about the misogynist treatment of female characters in the main Spider-Man line, Peter and his relationship with MJ Paul, and the fridging of Kamala Khan XYZ. Nick said that he disagreed with the premise of the question, clarifying that Kamala was a big part of the book and the story. No, she wasn't. Fan clarified she only appeared in 25 panels in the entire run. Nick said thank you and asked for the next question. A fan asked if any male characters will be killed in the similar fashion. Nick says they kill male characters in Marvel all the time. Fan replied, outside of their own book? They make a good point. Thank you. And next question. He spoke over the fan until they bowed down or the mic was turned off, whatever happened first. If anyone has a more clear transcription or recollection of the events, please share. I just thought it was so crazy to witness the Spidey office was forced to be responsive to disgruntled fan complaints, which we normally read on X or Reddit. And instead of hearing them out and being transparent, they doubled down with the same tired excuses and they moved to the next question.
I just want to say, I cannot wait for the videos to start coming out.
By the way, Keely, I'm flashing back to Tropic Thunder with that comment. That's good.
Keely, you win the internet. You win the internet for today.
That's got to be comment of the week, Nick. That's got to be comment.
Yes.
But yeah, imagine that's like Blizzard Con 2018 when they did the whole when they tried to announce like that game on mobile phones, and everyone was asking, "Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?"
Keely, this is for you.
There you go. Nick, it's like BlizzCon 2018, but for Spider-Man.
Don't any of you guys have phones?
Yeah. You think you want that, but you don't.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised Lowe didn't ask that. But Nick Lowe is like the most hated person in Spider-Man fandom right now because he reportedly he was the one pushing Paul and all that stuff. So it's like
Paul is a self-insert.
The problem is, even if they get rid of Lowe, Lowe is on thin ice because of Ultimate Spider-Man. The problem is, if they were to remove Lowe, there's enough people in the Spider-Man in Marvel editorial that don't want Peter and MJ back together. That's the problem.
Well, here's their problem. Jared, how many printings did they make of Ultimate Spider-Man #1? How many printings?
A lot. I can't remember the exact number, but it's a lot.
I think at least 5.
Yeah, and abnormal. The point where the issue was out for like a week and it was already worth $300.
Yeah, and the subsequent issues have also sold well. So
where the first volume is literally titled "Married with Kids."
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's the example of when you give people what they want, they reward you. But Marvel editorial has too much of an ego. They have the ego of Warner Brothers. Let me put it to you that way, where they're like, they don't want to admit they screwed up and they want to force their own like preferences instead of what the fans want.
I just want to say I was watching this video about Ultimate Spider-Man and they made a very interesting argument. So they said that the Ultimate version of Spider-Man, so the regular version is the one who needed to learn responsibility. This version needed to learn how to have power because the Ultimate version of Peter has a responsibility. He's a loving father. He has a stable job.
He has a hot wife.
Yes, and that is a big responsibility, having a hot wife.
Yes, it is. It is.
One day you'll know that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. But I'm just saying that's with Parker Luck, maintaining that is like a big deal.
So this one, he's responsible. He's got to learn to have power. And if you look at some of his early fights, he kind of gets his butt kicked.
Yeah, a few times when he like trusts the supervillains too much.
Yeah, and so we did review Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, and I gave it a rare 10 out of 10. So
it's really good. I liked it.
All right, so I think before we launch the main topic, I think we have some shilling to do. So let me just get this.
Okay.
All right, everybody, chill.
You should make that with AI.
Oh God, yes. Jared, don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. All right, everybody. So we have 2 weeks ago on Screecher, and we're almost to 1,600. We are funded, so thank you for that. And if you can get us to 2K, we will have a new print for you guys. And just wanted to kind of show this real quick, give you an update. The book is actually almost finished. We probably should be finished with it in the next week or two. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Let's see here. When it comes to Warner Brothers, they're dumb. Yeah.
Everyone is talking about that disastrous Spider-Man panel. They're not going to be able to escape from this, dude. Even JDA is talking about it.
Especially when the videos start to leak out.
Yeah, some people are like leaking out like tweets about it, and they're like, this was not good.
Yeah, so let's get on to our main topic, the mother effing cinematic universe.
Yes, exactly. Oh God.
All right, so this is how this. Let's see here. Let's see. Disney is evil and Warner Brothers. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah. So basically, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna connect as many Sam Jackson films as we can, into one sacred timeline. So
with canon events.
Canon events. So I'm gonna start with So I'm gonna say in Django Unchained, that is an ancestor of Nick Fury.
Okay, that works, I guess. You could roll with that. Now the question is, how are you going to fit Star Wars into this? Oh, I got it. So what happened is Earth was visited by extraterrestrials in ancient times, and they extracted the DNA of Nick Fury's ancestors to create the Ultimate Warrior, and they brought it to Coruscant and made Mace Windu.
Somehow, Windu returned.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what Disney will retcon is in the what's the word is that in a subsequent Star Wars movie they cloned Samuel Jackson's character.
No. What it is so it takes place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Also, Hardcore Bunny says, "I'm sick of these mother-loving references on this mother-loving stream."
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes. That was well done, Hardcore Bunny. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, after the events of episode 3, he actually gets transported to our universe, and he hides away on Earth. And he marries, and he has kids, and that creates the Nick Fury line.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right. Let's see here. Oh,
the line of Furies.
I guess you could call the Fury Road.
Wait. So is he Nick of the House of Fury? Like Cal of the House of L? He is Black Superman.
And his words are just mother effer.
He carries around a box, and then to distract people, he goes, "What's in the box?"
So what happened? All right, and then Johnny Ortiz says, "I hope you mentioned the best scene. Jackson was Deep Blue Sea." Oh, I haven't seen that one. We need to get to it. Oh, God. Okay, so Fury has gone undercover a couple times. All right. So he was investigating this little aquatic thing in the Deep Blue Sea, and when you think he gets eaten, he does, but then they rebuild his body.
He's eaten by a shark that transports him to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a multiversal dimensional shark.
Also, so at some point in the 2000s, Nick Fury goes undercover and he's on a plane. And there's snakes on this plane.
What movie was that from?
Snakes on a plane!
I never watched it.
I haven't either, but I kind of want to. It just seems like one of those, like... Apparently the mother effing snakes... I'm tired of these mother effing snakes. They were going to cut out that line, but Sam Jackson actually fought for it. And that's so the right call.
The other one that I would love to do is we could take Secret Invasion and make that a clone of Nick Fury that was corrupted, so it's not actual. So it's not actually a character assassination on Nick Fury.
No. This is a clone that got corrupted by the dark side of the Force.
When he was blasted with the Force lightning in Episode 3, that's the one that went back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe as he was falling. He tried to use the Force to actually break his fall like they normally do, but he actually created a tear in reality and fell through to the Marvel universe.
No, dude, even better. He was doing like this, and he accidentally created a portal, a magic portal.
He can somehow make portals without sling rings.
Yes, he's that awesome. Oh, so did you know that one time in the early 90s, Nick Fury actually had to go undercover for some of the gangs in LA. So he managed to get himself indoctrinated into Marcellus Wallace's crew.
Where's that one?
Pulp Fiction.
I never watched that movie.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, not interested.
Oh.
Look at Nick. His old man brain is trying to compute that.
You can't see it, but steam's coming out of my ears right now.
I could see it. I could see it. Keely, in an alternate MCU, Hydra frames Nick Fury for being a Hydra agent, and he goes Danny Roman by getting all the Shield and Hydra agents hostage at the Shield headquarters.
Nick Fury, agent of Hydra.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and what Nick Fury does, he travels throughout the multiverse, and he recruits other Nick Furies, and he goes, Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm here to talk to you about the Samuel L. Jackson initiative.
Oh, God. The Council of Fury.
The Council of Furies. That would be great. Did you know Samuel L. Jackson is pretty light-skinned? He has his... Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't read that one for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, God. Trying to think here. He's had such an extensive... Oh. By the way...
Yeah, go on. It's weird. The other thing that we could do, I'm trying to think, he was in a movie that I really enjoyed here. I would say there's that. Was he in any DC movies? I thought he was.
Sam Jackson?
Yeah, I thought he was in like one, at least DC adjacent movie.
I'm not sure, but we're forgetting a very good one. Jumper.
Oh yes, yeah, and that was his first exposure to, actually, what you don't realize is that was the first time he and Anakin Skywalker met. It turns out they're multiversal entities.
No, what it is so that is actually Mace Windu. So it turns out Mace Windu is an immortal being, and then when he finds out there's a variant of Anakin Skywalker living in our world, he actually joins the Order of Paladins specifically to hunt down. Yeah,
that's good. And then later, when he's on the Jedi Council and he sees Anakin Skywalker, he's like,
"You left me stranded in the desert."
Mm-hmm.
All right, hardcore. That's we're not really here to talk about that. So please, something else, please.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of so there was that, and then that's why he wouldn't grant him the rank of master, because he had spent so long in the previous continuity, hunting Anakin, so he didn't trust him. Yeah, so that's what they do.
sorry, we're oh God. Let's see here.
That's what they can do. Yeah, exactly. So the other, so yeah, so then we got that. So then essentially, hang on, I think Nick, can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Your camera turned off, for at least from my end.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's going on.
Technical difficulties, folks.
I have no clue what's going on. Okay. Yeah, I see it, Jared.
But continuing on, it's like, so we have Star Wars, so that's like the first thing, and then what we could all, and then what actually happens is that, okay, I don't know why he left the stream, but okay, I will keep it up. So what actually happens with Samuel L. Jackson is, okay, so now he's back, and now I'm on top. I'm the captain now. Are you there, sir? Can you hear me? Are you alive? Okay. I guess he's having internet issues. But anyway, continuing on. The fun part about the next part that he does, I'm trying to remember what other Samuel L. Jackson movies I've watched. Can you hear me, Nick? Okay. But in terms of like continuing on, I'm trying to think. So, what other Samuel L. Jackson movies have I seen that I can link to Star Wars? Because so far, Star Wars is like Star Wars and Marvel, like my exposure to Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, I know what I could do. What you don't know is when you go to
testing.
Yes, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. Okay, now we're back.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, sorry, I've been having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly. So I was saying, what we don't know is that. So remember how like Nick Fury was in space with the Skrulls?
Yeah.
That explains his time in Star Wars. What you don't know is that he shaved and de-aged himself using the Force. Sat on the Jedi Council.
God.
When he fell out. When he fell, that was actually a Skrull that died. So what happens is he retreated back to the Marvel universe.
Okay.
Because remember, he was in space for a long time on that Skrull ship.
He was. Or another thing we could think of is Mace Windu could have been a life model decoy.
Ooh, that's another good. But were life model decoys that widespread in the MCU though? Because they were in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that shows canosity to the MCU goes back and forth.
Yeah, it's questionable, pretty much.
Because at some point they do reference some parts of Marvel of the MCU canon, but then they blatantly like violate it. So I'm like, which way do I go with this? It's kind of odd, but it's still cool. Still a good show. But didn't he also cameo in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though? So
he did actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me see. So what you could say is he went to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and essentially what happens is that's where he got the idea to appear in a Star Wars show. So he was like, oh, wait, if I go to Disney, I can persuade them to give me a show.
Oh, there's two other ones we got to talk about. So how do we explain Nick Valentine?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so what you could do is okay, so
alternate universe.
No, I got it. No. That plot he had with the tech, first off, that was a clone of Nick Fury, but that was to implant in people's phones shield surveillance technology. It's just he also wanted to the original idea started off as surveillance technology into people's phones, but he also wanted to see if he could change into mind control.
Yep. Also, when you realize that film, if we include the second film as well, so it has Sinestro in it.
Yeah, he does. So there you go. That was his crossover. So what you don't know after that, so what happened is in Kingsman 2, I'm going to briefly touch on Sinestro. When he blew up in the landmine, a Sinestro core ring showed up, and that's when he was recruited. It's just it happened to bleach his skin purple.
So he finds basically you have whiskey from the statesman. He walks up to the Valentine and says, I can bring you in hot or I can bring you in warm.
Wait. Oh yeah, I was about to say. I was like, wait. It took me a second to like cross that out. And then what you don't know is on here's how well that interaction goes. If you look on Mando's belt, there's Mace Windu's lightsaber.
And then Valentine says, "Shouldn't there be like 3 other people here stand behind you?"
Yeah, exactly. Shouldn't your entire show be taken over by Katie Sackhoff?
Yeah, and then Whiskey says, "Sorry, but this is the last of us."
Yeah. He's like, sorry, Ellie.
Oh, by the way, we're totally doing a Pedro Pascal cinematic universe.
I haven't watched a lot of Pedro Pascal movies, but I can try that.
Oh God, he's been in so much stuff. We could totally do that. That's a future episode.
Yeah, and by the way, you may be wondering where the idea for this episode came from. So Nick and I also did the same thing with Gal Gadot, and we actually came up with something.
It actually kind of works.
It's amazing how those movies, but through no effort of their own, line up so well.
So we connected Wonder Woman, Heart of Stone, and Fast and Furious.
Yeah, and it actually worked like very, very, very well.
Where she's Wonder Woman the whole time, because the best part is the times where she's not active as in Fast and Furious, she's in Heart of Stone. Basically the way it is there's 3 layers of this. She's Wonder Woman, and then she joins the Heart organization but then as an assignment she gets tasked to Dom's team. Then she dies. That she does all the stuff with Heart of Stone.
Yeah.
And then when Heart of Stone is over, she goes back to working for
Well,
Tom's
actually, it's a little more elaborate, Nick. So what happens is, because remember, she first shows up in Fast, I think 3 or 4, as like a minion of one of the goons, kind of. So what the Heart organization did is they said, we're going to embed you with this group because your real mission is to attach to Dom's group and gather intel on them. Now, what you don't know is that so that scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League when she sees like the arrow and sees the invasion, that's when she decided, okay, I have to fake my own death with Dom's crew so I can go be Wonder Woman again. Who is more annoying between Pedro Pascal, Mark Waid, and Luke Skywalker? Oh,
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Did Pedro Pascal ever force his son's, I'm gonna stop it there, but you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Or did Mark Waid ever like? Well, actually, no. I don't know how to top that. Well, yeah, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill. I'll give you that.
That being said, if I ever do have an opportunity to meet Mark Hamill as a fan, I'd probably still.
I go with all 3 of them because I'm sure they're all nice to fans.
Yeah.
And then I could tell Mark when I really loved Kingdom Come by Alex Ross.
I probably wouldn't meet Mark Waid. I probably wouldn't meet Pedro Pascal. If there's one I really want to meet at conventions, it's Jason Momoa. I hear he's a riot at conventions.
Yeah, I see he's fun with like all the fans and stuff. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Have you ever seen the pictures he takes with couples where like he's holding the girl and he's like holding back the guy or whatever?
Yeah, in the guy's defense, what are you gonna do? It's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, the guy's like twice your size.
Yeah, and probably can snap you in half like a twig, and he rules all of Atlantis.
He rules 75% of the world's surface.
Yeah, and actually, what you don't know is that Fast 8 is that the most recent Fast movie. That's what so that's why Hawk from Hawk and Dove and Titans died, because he was actually going into the witness protection program as that soldier, and then that actually became the first Marvel DC crossover when Carol Danvers detected that no one liked her on the Avengers, so she decided to leech her way into another franchise.
No, what you don't understand is Hawk is actually Aquaman from Smallville. So what happened? Oh God, we're doing an Ian Michael Richardson cinematic universe. So what happened is after the events of Smallville, he decided he wanted to hide out more, and he kind of like got over his like water stuff, and he created a new life for himself, and he became the Hawk character. And And then after the Hawk died, the agency recruited him, and they used their magical, like, bring you back from the dead stuff that Fast and Furious always does.
that was a clone. It was a life model decoy of Hawk that Jason Todd blew up. And what happened was, so he showed up, and then Momoa, he was the villain in that thing, but that was all an act because he had to essentially he had to keep terrorists occupied while also I'm trying to figure out how to link this to Aquaman 2. This is not as easy as it looks, people. Improving this off my ass.
Oh,
I know.
I love it.
Essentially, he decided he had to get away from Mira for a week, so he decided to go be a bad guy in Fast and Furious.
No, it's like, Mira, you pooped the bed one last time. I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. And then it led to he does that, and then he calls Wonder Woman and goes, "Hey, gal, I think it's time you return." And then she goes, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back."
Oh God. See,
and then John Wick shows up.
So apparently somebody killed a puppy.
Yeah, and then what you don't realize is that John Wick's car, he has loaded 80. And what he did, remember in Fast 10 when Dom's brother Peacemaker had the car that had like the cannons on it? John Wick is like, I gotta get me one of those. So he showed up in the Tumbler from Batman Begins because it had guns on it, and then essentially gun wicked it.
Oh, so Jared, I actually hopped into an alternate reality. And I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League 4,
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the fourth Zack Snyder Justice League movie. He never got fired, and his and so like Master Wayne, I knew the Batmobile needed some upgrades. So I called in an expert from LA, and then out from under is Paul Walker.
Oh, interesting. That'd be interesting.
And it's actually Brian O'Connell.
But his name in this universe is Hal Jordan.
Wait, Paul Walker is Hal Jordan?
He would be playing Hal Jordan in this movie because I could see him playing Hal Jordan.
Well, he could have.
He could have. That was my main.
I don't
point.
know. I think Brian. I think he would have been better as Kyle. Honestly.
Okay. And then after Flashpoint, because we all know the movie went out with Flashpoint, the last shot of the new universe is Superman and Wonder Woman getting married. And then all the all the Cloas stands that combust. Oh, Jim Carrey's the Riddler. I like him as that version of the Riddler that fits in that movie universe. Plus, here's the thing. He actually plays a comic accurate Riddler.
Especially when you realize he's basically just doing a Frank Gorshin impression.
Yeah, my one critique, the problem with that movie is not him, it's Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, because that is not Harvey Dent.
Okay, here's my problem. It's multiple because he's trying to match Jim's energy, and it's really not working. But also, he proves he could play Two-Face. That opening scene, luck, blind, stupid, doodah luck, like the intensity.
I understand that.
The duality. Like he could have played a good Two-Face
until you realize his name is Harvey Two-Face.
What?
They call him Harvey Two-Face in the movie.
Okay, Jared, what do you think about this one?
Yes, because having the Riddler be like essentially a Zodiac killer, while I understand from what Matt Reeves is going for, I'm done with him changing characters for the sake of his story, like when he changed the Penguin's name.
What you don't understand is he's what if the Zodiac killer was a Reddit mod?
I know, I just don't like it. It's ultimately as a Batman villain, have it be anyone else. That would have been cool for Victor Zsasz. I
don't know. I still think like they got the whole like I'm smarter than you, a lot of that stuff. Like it was an okay interpretation. Like I'm not as like
Brown has a good point. I was very young when I watched that movie. I thought Tommy Lee Jones was playing the Joker. yeah, that's my point. That's my point. He acts more like the Joker.
So this is a pretty common fan casting, but I will say it is really great. You know who should play the Riddler? David Tennant.
I haven't seen him in enough stuff in order to
He's the 10th Doctor.
Again, I don't watch Doctor Who.
Have you seen Jessica Jones?
The first episode.
He's the Purple Man.
Okay, I don't know, but okay.
I think if you saw some more of David Tennant, you'd be like, okay, yeah, he could be the Riddler.
Yeah, but my point is that the thing about it is that I understand what Matt Reeves is going for again, so that's my point. I get what he was going for. I just ultimately don't like what he did with the character, and particularly my tolerance for Matt Reeves changing characters ended the minute he changed the Penguin's last name.
Yeah. I love like everyone raving about the Penguin, and then they get to episode 4. Apparently, episode 4 is like a disaster.
That's normally the way this works. I'm like, just wait. They'll do something. But the thing is, even though I like that movie and I like the way I see, here's the thing: I like Matt Reeves the Batman. It's just I'm less retroactively. I'm less willing to explain stuff because when Reeves was changing stupid stuff that no one cares about, that's when I was like, okay, dude, stop.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, you think David Tennant can be the Joker? Maybe, I don't know.
You know who actually play a good Joker, but there's no way they would ever have him be opposite Ben Affleck is Jared Leto.
See, here's the thing about Jared Leto as a Joker. I didn't like him as a Joker until I saw Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that one scene proved to me that Jared Leto can actually be that was freaking scary. By the way, oh my gosh.
Did you know that the way he was portrayed as Joker in the Suicide Squad movie, that was WB, that wasn't David Ayer? Apparently the Ayer cut is more in line with Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Like, can I just say, the version we saw, like, if that was a version we got, holy crap.
Yeah, he didn't have all the stupid tattoos and stuff, because even I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. But it was just him being the regular Joker, making references to, like, the death of Robin, Jason or Dick. It doesn't matter.
It's just the intensity and just, like, the man...
And honestly, the way... I know they weren't filmed at the exact same time, but just the way that he fits Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, their interplay was so great.
Because that's the thing about casting anyone as the Joker. They have to have chemistry with the Batman character.
Well, the thing about Jared Leto is he can be a good actor, but also if he needs a good director. Because if you don't have a good director, he kind of slots into this like Jared Leto.
So he kind of morbs, is what you're telling me. Have you ever moored before? Yes, but only in the shower to quote Power Rangers. That was such a good moment. I love that line.
If I ever do that movie, you have to be there, sir.
Yes, I'm done. That may even be a Comics League moment.
Me too, actually.
Director's cut is great.
I'm gonna say hot take. The theatrical cut actually isn't that bad.
It's not that bad. The director's cut is way better, and it fixes a lot of the problems with that movie, but it's not. It's like Green Lantern. Is it perfect? No, but it's not as bad as people paint it out to be.
Exactly. Can you imagine Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern as part of Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Well, again, the Green Lantern movie was supposed to start up at DCEU.
But just imagine if it actually was.
Like, Ryan Reynolds with a beard, he's more scraggly in the Nightmare timeline. Yes!
Or just like him fighting Steppenwolf and all that. Like that would be...
He makes a hard light construct that's 2 katanas on his back. Check out my animated suit. That's green. Yep, that's pretty much what happens there. There you go.
Oh, but yeah, that would be really sweet. But I like my favorite moment in like going back to the Snyder nightmare scene. Like, here, take this card. All you got to do is tear it up. Like I love that.
He goes, just tell me that card. And if you ever, all you have to do is tear it, and I'll be more than willing to have a conversation about why you sent a boy to do a man's job.
I love it. I love that scene.
And if you notice in the nightmare scene where like Superman is hovering over the Hall of Justice, he's holding the bat cowl. The card flashed across the screen and is torn in half. So apparently, and I love where Batman goes. I want to be very clear, Joker. When I held Harley Quinn in my arms and she died, she told me to kill you. And make no mistake, I will effing kill you. That's not true. That's not true.
Oh.
That's not true in any way. In no way were they doing Cyborg Superman. Oh, and by the way, so it's kind of funny is that when J-Lo got the divorce from Affleck recently, she said there's a darkness inside of him. And everyone's like, so he's Batman in real life is what you're telling me.
I mean, apparently he took the money he made from Daredevil and made a real life Batman.
No, it was Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting. He made a real life Batman.
He took that paycheck and made a Batcave. This makes me want to be friends with Ben Affleck so I can go check out that Batcave. No, can you imagine? I walk into Comics League. I'm Jared, and we're live from Ben Affleck's Batcave.
I mean, let's be honest. When you have a chance to make your custom basement, you're gonna make a Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, I swear, if I ever get to visit the set of like of a future Zack Snyder's Justice League thing, and they rebuild the Batcave, I'm like, okay, Zack, I got a request. Can I film a podcast in here? Please, so I can say I'm coming to you from the Batcave.
And Zach's like, sure, as long as I can be a part of it.
Oh, I get him and Ben Affleck on there, and I'm like, I'm here with Batman and Batman's creator. I'm going to say that. I'm here with Zach and Batman. Because reportedly, by the way, Affleck is so much of a Batman fan, he wrote his Batman movie in the Batsuit. The dude is such a Batman fan.
Can you just imagine J-Lo walking in? He's at his computer and he's like,
by the way, that brings up a good point.
I want to hon, what do you want for dinner? And it's just like it's dark and she sees him in the bat suit. He looks like this, like, I'll just order for us.
He orders Dunkin' Donuts. But by the way, so you know what's interesting with Ben Affleck? That brings up a point. Have you noticed that the best portrayals of the characters that we love come from people that are clearly fans of the characters? So it's like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill is Superman. Gal Gadot reportedly, when she was cast as Wonder Woman, she went back and read like a bunch of early Wonder Woman comics.
Oh, John Bernthal. There's actually I'm sure you've heard him in an interview say when he was cast as the Punisher, he went to a comic store to check out a bunch of stuff, and the guy says, "Don't F this up," and he says like he realizes how important the character was.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it clearly shows, because it comes down to the director and the writer and the script. Yeah, but the way the actor carries him or herself when playing these characters, the way they deliver the lines, that's what convinces me that like Affleck is my Batman. Why like Bernthal is my Punisher? Because they got the intensity of the character so well to the point where when I'm reading the comics, I read their voices.
So Jared, something that I wanted to talk to you about, since we're kind of on this like Marvel, DC, Snyder thing. You remember the reports I sent you about how Henry Cavill is reportedly in talks with Marvel?
Hyperion?
Wolverine.
Yeah, I know. I was making a joke. Go on.
But have you what do you like? Can you substantiate that? Have you heard similar things?
I've heard. All I know is that he's in talks with Marvel for a role. It's not. It's Some say it's Captain Britain. Some say it's Wolverine. It's going back and forth on what the role is, but he is in talks with Marvel for something. Watch it be Hyperion.
God, I hope not.
Directed by Zack Snyder. It's called Hyperion of Steel.
All right, what's Brown got for us? That's why.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing. What's kind of funny is I remember I was even like they cast him as Batman, but you know what sealed it for me? The first trailer that featured Wonder Woman, and then they did the whole "Is she with you?" I thought she was with you. I heard the voice changer, and I'm like, and I saw the look, and I'm like, that's Batman. Here's the thing.
There's one particular. I think there's one particular line that sold you. Tell me, do you bleed?
That was also a trailer. You will. But by the way, so here's the thing. The dude looks like Batman. Like, here's an image here of Batman by Jason Fabok. Tell me this isn't Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, definitely a version of Batman. I would
or
say.
I'm trying to find a look of him without the cowl. Actually, I'll plug in Bruce Wayne for
See,
that.
this is why I think for like a Dark Knight Returns, Batman, I think he's a really good fit because if you look at Dark Knight Returns Batman, the guy is freaking huge. Like, holy crap! I never thought anyone could actually fit inside that frame, but Ben Affleck somehow manages.
Yeah, he did, and that's what was kind of good. That's one of the things I really dig about Affleck is that he got the physicality of Batman. And here's the thing: to play Batman, honestly, you have to have a good chin because that's what you're gonna see outside the cowl. And he has the Batman comic square chin that just looks
Yeah. Also, I love like his, and the thing is his Bruce Wayne is really good because it's subtle. He always plays it like slightly tipsy. Like, also I love like the slight Southern affectations he puts on in BVS.
I want to show you this. There was a fantastic scene in BVS that actually sold me on his Bruce Wayne also being good. Okay, let me pull.
Did you notice he kind of has a bit of a Southern affectation?
Yeah,
to his...
when he said when he was talking to Clark and he goes, "Whenever your guys save someone, you write a puff piece editorial." Yeah, I definitely got that. BVS gala. It was during the gala scene where he meets Clark. There's a very specific scene. Okay, here we go. So here's the scene. Yeah, exactly. So here's the scene. So he just got like discovered by Mercy Graves. Watch the way the smile watch the way his facial expression changes. I'm gonna take the sound off.
Okay.
So wait, so watch this. So he smiles, watch his face.
Wow, it's like a light switch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, by the way, here's how you know he's good. He was Kevin Conroy's favorite live action Batman. Because he brought up what we talked about. Affleck got it because oftentimes with bat actors, they have they're either good Batman or good Bruce Wayne. This guy was the first one.
Batman is not a ginger. Batman is not a ginger.
This was the first time where I think he actually got both really well.
So, Jared, do you want bat cheeks?
No, I don't. Although here's the actually, no, I do not.
I will say though, the actor who played Master Chief is actually a pretty good actor. I saw him on American Gods. Yeah, by the way, if you ever watch that show, you'll be like, "That's Master Chief."
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll say thanks for ruining the show. But you see, and that's the thing. It's like even with this, by the way, yes, I'm showing off my hot toy. Tell me that doesn't look like Bruce Wayne, even when he has a machine gun, because Batman uses guns.
That is Batman.
That is 100% Batman right there. That's the thing. And it's like, see, the thing is, the only time I've ever not liked him as Batman was in The Flash, because there's that awkward moment where he's standing next to the Flash and he does this.
Wait, who?
Batman.
Oh, that's
Affleck.
weird.
Yeah,
That's weird.
he stands like this, and I'm like, Batman should never stand like that. In fact, I'll find the picture because he was also in that really bad suit that they made for him when he was on the motorcycle. Because they were trying to do like I'm trying to find the image that really.
I really think Ben Affleck was really uncomfortable on the set of Flash. I don't know. His acting seems a bit stilted. Like he kind of like. Also, you got to realize he was kind of in his downward spiral at that time.
Yeah. By the way, all right, look. This is the image I'm talking about. Look at the way he's standing next to the Flash right here.
Yeah, no.
Batman should never like stand like that. And apparently the cowl is CGI'd on his face, and you could see that. But the thing is, it's like, yeah,
why?
Because WB was like in a movie that already had dodgy CGI, they decided let's CGI a face. That's it definitely it didn't like screw up Green Lantern.
Can you please make the cowl gray and animated?
Yeah, but all in all, the other thing that I really liked is the voice changer they gave him, because that way you don't have to worry about him having to do another Bat voice. It's like, no, there's no way anyone's going to...
What is it? What is
it? Because that way you also don't have to give your actor throat cancer, because that's why the voice got worse in the Nolan movies, because they did it electronically because it was killing Bale's throat.
Like I've said this before. I think his version of Batman Begins was perfect.
Yep, that was fine. Batman Begins is my favorite of those movies.
Same here. It's actually the only one that I actively enjoy. But
notice, by the way, on this book that's pointing out like all the DC like live action versions, they use the Batman Begins suit.
Yeah.
Because the problem with the Dark Knight suit is they went too light with it.
Wait, so you mean they need DC Universe Online?
They need the DC Universe to be online. I
can't wait for you to get your PC. We're gonna have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Oh God, I really don't like the comparisons to the Shadow. Like, it's just, come on, guys.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Who cares?
Contrarians who want to feel smart do.
Yeah, I really do not care. Okay, I'm sure they were inspired by The Shadow. Again, who cares? It's a fun movie. That's it.
Okay. They ripped off entire storylines for The Shadow. Okay. Jared. Jared would have had an aneurysm with this game.
What's BG3?
Baldur's Gate 3.
No, I'm not interested.
It's like that game where everyone's like hooking up with everybody.
Yeah. I would have quite a time with that. I would kill anyone that's not me romancing Wonder Woman. I'd be like, but Batman is trying to seduce Diana. Well, this is the timeline where Batman dies and doesn't go back in time.
So Jared, actually, this is kind of a good kind of discussion topic. I actually think a DC superhero game RPG would be kind of cool. How would you do it?
DC Universe Online, I think they do it actually really well in that.
No, but like a single player one. I actually think a Ultimate Alliance X-Men Legends style DC game would be really great.
Yeah, I would say so. That's the best way to do it. In other words, what they should do to do a proof of concept, remake Justice League Heroes, like completely modernize it. Because that's what that actually was, except make it so you can pick your teams for each mission. There's any number of ways you can do that.
I'll say my only experience with The Shadow has been the movie with Alec Baldwin, which I do enjoy.
Just don't be near him with a gun. So anyway, otherwise he'll start blasting.
So DC Universe Online.
But no, it's not a civil war, though. And no, I'm sick of civil wars with superheroes.
Yeah. it's kind of a tired trope.
Mhm.
One interesting thing is I saw this. So you're familiar with analog horror? So I saw the Superman analog horror video recently, where it's like a Superman who existed from like the 30s to like the 50s, and he was actually a part of society, took pictures of the troops, but then he disappeared, and then he reappeared, but he didn't interact with humanity as much. So it's kind of a twist on the evil Superman, to where this was a good Superman, but he saw humanity's cruelty and it kind of broke him.
So he's Kingdom Come.
Yeah, so he still.
That's literally what happens in Kingdom Come.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting take on the evil Superman, where it's like he's not necessarily evil Superman, but he still saves people, but like maybe he's a little
edgy.
more brutal, edgy. But he's like, all right, I'm tired of you guys. We're gonna do this. I don't care if I have to break some bones. We're ending this kind of thing. I don't know. I think
that's literally also Injustice Superman.
He doesn't want to take over the world, but he's still trying to save humanity, but he's doing it not as cleanly.
Okay. And by a hardcore bunny, I would argue it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, it's the same reason why every time evil Superman comes up, it groans because it all plays out the same. Evil Superman, it's like a cartoonish evil.
Batman has to take him down. So I'm like, no.
That's why I think like the version that I said, like that's kind of a fresh take on evil Superman, where he's not really evil, he's just done. He's where he sees humanity's evil. Because like, I'm sorry, a Superman that lived through World War II, saw the concentration camps, and then saw how humanity treated those people, treated like Operation Paperclip. I'm trying to avoid saying things like, oh yeah, this guy committed genocide, and now he's building rockets.
Well, again, Kingdom Come Superman.
I think there's a cool story there. That's
No, you can. That works.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of like edgy Superman that's done for edgy sake.
Honestly, the way that I would do Superman is kind of how they handled Captain America in the MCU, where he's a good person, but he stands for what the nation's ideals, not necessarily its government.
Yeah, in hardcore, he's not going to be a government stooge. That's wrong. And it's
by the way,
yeah,
I'm gonna say this. In an alternate universe, I could see Chris Evans doing a good Superman.
Yeah, actually, I could see him playing Superman. Does that mean Robert Downey Jr. would be Batman?
Okay. There needs to be a stream where we cast MCU characters as DC characters.
So Lady Sif is obviously playing Wonder Woman.
No. Scarlett Johansson.
No. She can play Artemis. She's not playing Diana. She's Barbara Gordon.
No. She's
Kara?
Black Canary.
Okay, I could see that because that's pretty much what she plays already.
Okay. Robert Downey Jr. is Ted Kord.
No, he has to play Batman.
I don't know.
In every world in the multiverse, a character played by Chris Evans has to fight a character played by Robert Downey Jr. It's a multiversal constant.
Okay. So if Robert Downey Jr. is Batman, that means Tom Holland is Dick Grayson.
And hardcore. I'm going to tell you this, dude. That sounds like the most convoluted plot for a game. I'm just going to tell you that, dude.
Yeah, that seems a little bit much.
Yeah, let's not involve time travel.
Please no. So yes, Tom Holland is Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah, I could kind of see that. So yeah, in that case, him being Iron Boy actually makes sense.
Oh god. Okay, so
Okay.
Wally West, he can play the Wally West version.
I could see that. That actually works.
I could see him as Wally West Flash.
Mm-hmm. I can
Alright,
see that too. That works.
Okay, I'm trying to think here. Okay, so okay, who's playing Lex Luthor in this MCU-ified?
Lex Luthor.
Oh,
Samuel Jackson.
No. Samuel Jackson is playing Emmanuel Waller.
You gender bent Waller. Oh, that's great. I love that.
Emmanuel Waller. Emmanuel.
Yeah, and hardcore, just because it's an average DC storyline does not mean it's a good DC storyline. That's what I'm going to tell you right there.
See, the reason why Jared laughed is because he knows it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not highlighting that.
Yeah. But anyway, so I love how we went from a stream discussing Samuel Jackson's cinematic universes to talking about like if we could merge Marvel and if we can cast Marvel characters at DC.
I mean, which one? Guy, because I think it's like Guy Pearce from Iron Man 3 could work. I don't think
Guy Pearce could play Hal Jordan.
He could actually, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, who is Obadiah Stane's actor? Who Jeff Bridges playing?
Jeff
in
Bridges.
Darkseid?
No, he plays Jonathan Kent.
The father.
Yeah, the father. Not the annoying son that serves no purpose. Sorry, Tavia.
Oh, by the way, so when Pa Kent is giving like the Superman speech, he comes out wearing the dude sweater.
No, he plays Jor-El.
I could see that.
That would be great. Oh, Kurt Russell. He's in the MCU. By the way, Chris Pratt plays Hal Jordan. Star-Lord, come on.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan Reynolds plays Guy Gardner.
Ryan Reynolds is not in the... Oh, yeah, he is in the MCU right about now. Yeah, that could work. I'm fine with that.
I mean, you know who Ryan Reynolds could play in the DC universe?
Mm-hmm.
He could play Hal Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. I think that could be really fun. But we could also have... Oh, so you know what's kind of funny? Technically, we have a DC actor because... in terms of... Because remember, we had... Zachary Levi played one of the Warriors 3 and Thor 2 and 3, but then he was just killed.
You know who Zachary Levi shouldn't play? He shouldn't play Shazam.
And then assume that he's going to be the next Chris Evans because he's playing Shazam.
Chris Pratt plays arms fall off guy.
That was a character in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. He's called TDK. And I'm like, it's one of those stupid characters that he wanted to like use.
So yeah, So all right. So we're gonna go for about another 10 minutes or so. We're gonna kind of wrap things up. Jared, so what are your final thoughts on the Sam Jackson cinematic universe?
I wish we had done an actor where I've seen more of his movies.
But I'm kind of liking this format, so I think we might do this some more. Like, Jared, it's a fun format. Invite discussion, get some good stuff.
We should definitely do, like, as a formal stream, the Gal Gadot verse.
Yeah, I'm down. And then if you guys got what other actors do you think we could do? Like, I like Pedro Pascal. I mentioned. I want them to at least have
Chris
some
Evans.
Tenet. that works. I want to have at least some tentative connection to comics. This is still Comix Watch, but
or
Chris
Star
Pratt,
Wars, that counts. Hugo Weaving.
Megatron, and Agent Smith.
Exactly.
Mr. Optimus.
Mr. Stark. Mr. Wayne.
So in regards to the Spider-Man panel,
Hugo Weaving could have played an interesting Lex Luthor.
By the way, V for Vendetta.
Oh, there you go.
Also, that means that I get because also he was in a movie called The Birdcage, with about like a gay burlesque club. So I get to connect his character to the Birdcage.
Oh my gosh! And then you realize that's also in the same universe as Flubber.
Yeah. Oh, so you have heard of the movie?
Yes, I have.
Oh God. Oh, I just want to say, Robin Williams would have played an amazing Riddler.
Yes, he would have. Or Joker, honestly.
He could have done the Joker, but his Riddler, because you've seen his serious stuff, it is amazing. His serious acting was amazing. He could have done a great Riddler.
Yeah, he could have.
He was actually, I think he almost played the Riddler at one point. He was actually supposed to play it at some point.
By the way, I just found out
we forgot a Samuel Jackson movie.
I've not seen it.
The Spirit.
Okay.
Have you seen The Spirit?
No. So, but real quick. So Sony reportedly asked Netflix if they wanted to buy Harold and the Purple Crayon from them, but Netflix said no. Netflix has standards.
Oh God. Yeah. So what do you think about like the aftermath of that Spider-Man panel?
I don't know. See, is there going to be aftermath? Because the problem with it is like, again, there's too many people on that run Marvel that agree with Nick Lowe. So even if they were to remove Nick Lowe, it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be any change. That would require Disney gutting Marvel leadership.
Yeah, but I do think this is more of a sign of where things are going.
That's true.
Because if people are openly criticizing it, because I think Ultimate Spider-Man showed people what they wanted. Like, okay, the people who wanted Mary Jane and Parker together, they showed up.
So you're telling me so the fans know what they want. They think they do, and they do.
What does it say on my wallet? Oh, okay. Fun fact, Jared. So one of the plot points is on Julius's wallet. It says "Bamf, badass mother effer."
So he's also the father of Nightcrawler, is what you're telling me.
And Sam Jackson actually wrote "Bamf" on his lightsaber.
And I love how he's the reason why it was purple. He said, "Can I just have a purple lightsaber?"
Yeah. So yeah, The Spirit has Sam Jackson and Scarlett Johansson in it. Which, by the way, I will be showing you a clip from it after we're done with the stream.
I have to go soon, so it's not. We won't really have time.
All right. So, Jared, what do you got going on, and where can people find you?
All right. So this week for movie night, we've abandoned the whole what's the word? The whole bad movie thing. We're watching Batman: Mystery of the Batwoman, which I watched today, and it's actually really good. And then on Sunday, Saturday, Britt and I are doing a live stream where we take horror movies and put Superman and Wonder Woman into them. And then what's the word? In terms of my commentary videos, I'm thinking about a good topic. Same for Under Two Capes. And yes, CLD is going to be same old. That's all I got.
So this is The Spirit. It's based off the Will Eisner character. This is a comic movie. Oh, by the way, this was directed by Frank Miller.
Yeah, of course it was.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's very stylistic. I think you should check it out sometime. But yeah, so thank you everyone. This is actually a very successful stream. We've had quite a few people in here, and I do appreciate you. So tomorrow I'm going to be playing some Chrono Trigger. Friday Night Frenzy. Friday Night Frenzy will be Scooby-Doo. That's going to be really great. So, Jared, thank you for joining us. I do appreciate you. Yeah. And then this is Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door.